Blessings and welcome to the Path to Freedom. My name is Daniel Roquéo, and as always, I thank you for being here, for showing up, for wanting to and being willing to expand your consciousness, to allow for your consciousness to expand and for your vibration to be lifted as we continue to explore what it means to be walking this beautiful path of freedom, this beautiful path of awakening. Today, the topic is, unless they ask, we do not tell. Unless they ask, we do not tell. And this topic has arisen out of a conversation I had lately with an individual who shared that they had been in a condition, in an experience, in a space where it was sort of a challenging space, but this individual was able to move and be at a level of peace where other individuals were not. So the others, they were experiencing a lot of fear and a lot of worry and a lot of turmoil in this condition, in this circumstance, while this individual was at peace, absolutely knowing that God has got this, absolutely knowing that all is well, absolutely knowing that something wonderful is happening right now, absolutely knowing that everything is working for the highest good, that the outcome is already determined, it's already done in the infinite mind of God. They were not seeing the end result, they were not seeing the manifestation of the highest possibility, but this individual was so steeped in knowing that that highest possibility already existed. And so they were able to move with a sense of deep and profound peace, whereas the others were very agitated. And so this individual asked, how do we serve the best? How are we at the highest service in circumstances like this? Because obviously this individual wanted for the others to know what he knew. He wanted the others to feel the peace and to know the peace that he knew, that he felt, that he was. And he was trying to share with the others his insights and where he was coming from, but they shot him down and they called him indifferent. They called him a bunch of things, thinking that he was like an ostrich, just hiding his head in the sand, not seeing the reality. It's not seeing the gravity of the situation, the seriousness of the situation, because they were attached to outcomes that were not to their liking. They feared that something very bad and terrible and horrible and a lot of suffering was going to come out of this. He knew that there wasn't, but they believed that there was. And so he asked how he could be a bridge to that. And I know from own personal experience, and this is a practice that I've developed over the years, that unless someone asks, no matter how much I want to be of service, no matter how much I want to alleviate suffering and help uplift and empower and support another, unless they specifically ask what they can do or what I know that they don't, there's no reason for me to tell. There's a beautiful statement that goes, a wise man once said nothing. A wise man once said nothing. And I believe in scripture, there's a passage that goes, casting pearls before swines, and how the swines are not interested in the pearls because they don't recognize them as pearls. All the swines, and I'm not calling anyone a pig. Please do not hear that. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying that unless someone else is interested in really knowing that which is true and real, beyond appearances, beyond surface effects, beyond what seems to be on the surface. Unless they are truly willing to go deeper, to go underneath all of that, to look at their own fears and stories and beliefs and perceptions, that is the only thing that is giving rise to their experience. It is not the actual condition or circumstance itself that is giving rise to whatever we're experiencing. It is always our own perception about it, our own stories about it, our own beliefs about it. So two individuals, as in this case, there was this one individual and there was a group of individuals. The one individual, they were all experiencing, they were all in the same condition, they were all in the same circumstance, but their experiences were vastly different. This one individual, steeped in spirit, steeped in spiritual practice, steeped in seeking to know and see and feel the loving presence of spirit everywhere, in all conditions, in all circumstances. His experience was one of peace, of trust, and actually one of joy and gratitude, because he knew, he saw the gifts and the blessings that were present in this condition, in this circumstance. And the others who were in the same condition, in the same circumstance, they had completely different experiences. So two individuals can be in the same circumstance and have completely different experiences. And it is not, once again, it is not the condition in and of itself that gives rise to our experience. It is our thoughts about it that gives rise to the experience. So I've learned that unless they ask, because I've been there, I was there. When I first began to realize that who and what God is, and the goodness of God, and that God is all that there is, that God is always expressing himself perfectly, I wanted everyone to know what I began to know. I wanted everyone to see what I saw. And I fought many and long and hard battles to absolutely no avail, because I was trying to teach someone, or teach something to someone that was not the slightest interested in knowing, in being taught. They wanted to stay in their, I was about to say blissful ignorance, but they wanted to stay, obviously, when there's a lot of fear and worry and doubt, that's not blissful at all. But they wanted to stay in their bubble of ignorance. They were comfortable staying there. It may not have been peaceful, but at least they knew what to expect. At least they knew who they were. So they wanted to stay there. So after having had these long battles, where I always ended up, quote unquote, losing, I learned the hard way to keep my mouth shut unless someone asks. And if they don't, how then can we be of service? Well, obviously, we can always, keeping our mouth shut, we can always hold them, all these others, we can hold them in the space of peace. We can see them peaceful. We can feel them peaceful. We can know that right where they are, the Spirit of God is. This loving presence is. And as God always expresses himself perfectly, fully, and freely, and as God is love, as God is peace, as God is joy, as God is harmony and wholeness, we can know that these not only are fully present where these other individuals are concerned, but these divine qualities, they are what they are. They are the truth and the essence of their beings. So we can hold them in that space. Once again, not looking at the surface appearance, not judging by the surface appearance, but knowing what is underneath the surface appearance. And what is underneath, what is at the back of, what is on top of, what is surrounding at every single side is God. There is nothing outside of spirit. There is only this loving presence, the one mind, the one life, the one intelligence, the one love, the one peace, the one presence. That's it. Everything else are distorted stories and perceptions of that which is true and real. So while we are in peace and others may be in absolute turmoil, we can hold them in the same peace that we have. We can wish for them to experience, to know, to feel the peace that we know. We can bless them with that peace, calling that peace forth from within them. They may not instantaneously respond to our prayer, because this is prayer. Holding another in a space of a divine quality, in the space of God, knowing their oneness with God, that is prayer. That's the most powerful prayer that we can ever, I was going to say utter, but prayer is not only about the words that we speak, it's the vibration, it's the feeling tone that is the actual prayer. So we can hold them in this prayer. And they may not respond to it, they may not acknowledge it, they may not even realize it. But nothing is ever lost in the one field of consciousness. Nothing is ever lost. So not only do we get to serve them by holding them, by surrounding them, by cradling them in peace, we get to serve them as we are not pulled into their dramas, to their stories. We get to serve as a lighthouse, a beacon of light, as the rock that they may lean onto, or lean into. They may think we're crazy, and some do. Some do. But still, it is good. At some level, everyone needs someone to lean into. Everyone enjoys and appreciates someone that is not pulled into the drama. The ego does not, but at the soul level, at the cellular level, we all want to experience peace. We all want to experience freedom. We all want to experience joy. So we get to be that for them. That's how we can show up. That's how we can be of service. But unless they ask, we are wise to say nothing. We can lead by example, but we're wise to not lead by preaching or teaching or trying to convince or trying to make others see, what we know. Until they ask. And then they're open, then they're available to hear, to listen, to expand their consciousness, to lift their vibration. But until they do, we're wise to keep our mouths shut. Thank you so much for tuning in, for participating. Until the next time we meet, I bless your days, and I bless your ways. Our ways, our days. Much love and many blessings to us all. Namaste.